This podcast is presented by Win City Sports.
Yo, what up? Welcome back to Cedric's Combat Corner number 35. This will be another history fight study. This time we're taking it back to 1993. Pernell Sweet Pea Whitaker versus Julio Cesar Chavez. Now you're listening to this audio, but what I want you to do is to follow along and watch the fight at the exact same time, and I'll give you the time frame for each round and stuff like that. So right now I'm going to give you a couple of seconds to go to YouTube and type in specifically Pernell Sweet Pea Whitaker 29 versus Julio Cesar Chavez 31 in brackets 1993. The time for the video is exactly 46 minutes and 55 seconds. And what you're gonna do is you're gonna cue the video up at exactly the 5-minute mark of the video, right before the match starts. All right, so you're there at the 5-minute mark. We'll start together. 3, 2, 1, press play. Julio Cesar Chavez, known as the greatest Mexican fighter ever. His goal is to cut off the ring, seek and destroy. Pernell Whitaker, known as one of the greatest defensive boxers of all time. Not just defense, he's known for that, but he won a gold medal at the Olympics in 1984, so he can box. And his main thing is counter-punching, one of the greatest counter-punches ever. Now, one thing I want you to pay attention to is both of their game plans. As I said before, Chavez, nothing fancy. He's just trying to cut you off and take you out. Pernell wants you to come forward because he's very comfortable fighting going backwards. Every fighter, every boxer, boxing, MMA too, you should be comfortable fighting going backwards. You don't necessarily have to do it the whole time, but you do have to be comfortable going backwards too, as you'll notice. So notice the great footwork by Pernell Whitaker. He almost looks like he's walking, but he's in his stance, he's balanced the whole time. You see Chavez trying to cut off the ring, but the reason why Chavez is having a tough time is because of the great footwork by Pernell Whitaker. You notice how Pernell is not backing up in a straight line. Whatever hand he's finishing with, most of the time he's stepping to that side. Both guys on the inside here. You'll notice that too. Watch when they get on the inside. Pernell is comfortable moving. He wants to keep you at that distance, but he's very comfortable fighting on the inside too. The jab. You'll notice how Pernell Whitaker is throwing his jab out there. Pernell, he's not throwing his jab to start his offense. He's throwing his jab to get you to start something so he can counterpunch off of what you're doing. So you know Pernell's throwing his jab out there. He's not following anything up with a jab. He's waiting for you to follow up off of his jab so he can counter off you. Again, a little bit slow in this first round here. And you notice that one of the things that I tell my boxers all the time, one of the things that I preach is the 2-second rule. Never stand in front of your opponent for more than 2 seconds. Pernell is displaying that perfectly right now. He's moving. He's not running. He's moving. Again, just when Pernell's moving back, he's just moving barely outside of a range where he can't get hit, but knows where he's athletic enough where he can jump back in, or a range where he can land his straight punches back at you. Whitaker moving backward but not touching the ropes. Good slips there. Notice the great slipping, making the person miss by inches. End of the first round. So we're at 8 minutes, 25 seconds, 26, 27 of this fight going into the second round. Again, Whitaker, he's sitting down for one hard punch and then he's moving. He's not standing there and trying to trade with Chavez. See that slip? After every single punch that Pernell throws, not single punch, but single punches as opposed to combinations. He has some type of defensive move. Again, you notice how Pernell is throwing his jab out there, not to start it, but to get you to start. So he's already prepared. That's why, like, if you're nice right hand by Chavez there. See the fighting on the inside. You'll notice Chavez does a little bit of holding. Pernell does it too, but you'll see a little bit mostly from Chavez because he is already sort of frustrated he can't get to Whitaker. I see a little bit of a hold by Chavez there. You'll notice Chavez throwing lots of lead right hands against a southpaw person. If you're an orthodox fighter against a southpaw, you're trying to get your left foot on the outside so that your right hand is lined up with their chin, and the southpaw is doing the same for you too. Very good slipping by Pernell Whitaker. Again, look at him. He looks like he's walking, but he's still has balance and able to box back. Boxing. He's boxing. Pernell is boxing very well right now. Again, see Chavez holding with that left hand, try to punch with the other. I always tell boxers that if your opponent is being dirty with you and the referee's not calling it, just do it right back. Whitaker touched the ropes for like 2 seconds there. Those ropes, it should feel like they're on fire. As soon as your back touches those ropes, you should spin off them. Unless you're comfortable there, but again, it gives your opponent more chance to hit you. You'll notice, watch when they get close to each other. The referee gets involved a lot when they get close, because once the referee says break, they'll both try to hit each other. Great defense by Whitaker. Great angles, great angles. All right, we're at 11, 26, 27, 28, 29, 11 minutes and 30 seconds. Beginning of the third round right now. Again, you saw that sharp turn. Look at specifically the sharp turns. For any boxers listening right now, pay attention to the sharp turns. Again, Pernell Whitaker is walking, but he's walking in his boxing stance. You can walk, but you don't have to be bouncy on your toes the whole time. Just make sure you stay balanced. And we're exactly at 12 minutes into this video right now. 12 minutes. Popping that jab out there. Random head movements too. Don't just keep your... See, it doesn't look like he's moving his head a lot, but he's making sure that his head is not a stationary target. Whitaker throwing a lot of one punches, one punch at a time. The only punch that he's really doubling up is the jab. But everything else is mainly one punch with speed and accuracy, waiting for you to counter punch, daring you to counter punch is what Whitaker is doing. Again, pay attention when they're on the inside clinching. Whitaker does it later in the fight, but watch how Chavez kind of holds on. He'll hold on with one arm and try to punch with the other. And if the referee's standing on the other side, he can't see it. Chavez, it's almost like Whitaker, just senses when he's coming close to the ropes, because he'll come right close to them and do a sharp turn. Watch him turn. Watch the footwork. Chavez is coming. Look, see Chavez try to cut off the ring there? He thinks he has him, and then boom. By walking, watch this move. Boom, that footwork right there. Yeah, commentator just brought up all the right hands that Chavez is throwing. That's what you're supposed to do against the southpaw. Again, Chavez is implementing the right game plan that you should have against a good slick southpaw. It's just that the Whitaker is beating him at his own game. Jab and moving. Jab and moving. The 2-second rule. Pernell Whitaker is using the 2-second rule that I like to preach all the time. Never stand in front of your opponent for more than 2 seconds.
Here's where Chavez could work on the inside, but he's not doing a good job of working.
Ideally, whatever hand you finish with, you're going to step to that side.
Good example right here. You can see the right hand from Whitaker.
Again, pop, 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 sharp turn. And then back to the center.
This will be the most effective round of the fight for Pernell Whitaker. Back to the Alamo after this.
Boom. We are at 14 minutes and 30 seconds of the video going into round 4. Chavez comes out, blasts, throws a right hand right off the bat. But again, Chavez, he keeps it, again, he's not fancy and nothing like that. He's just going to keep his hands up and keep coming forward. Very good technically. Pernell is very good technically also and has that, I think the difference is the athleticness from Whitaker. Here they are on the inside. See how Chavez is holding on with his left hand there? Pernell just wants to get right back in there. The referee's getting a little bit too involved though. Watch when they get on the inside. Right here. See how Chavez is holding on with his left hand there? See him holding on with his left hand? Pernell's not complaining about it though. He's just going to punch with the other hand. And then do it back. Nice low head movement. You can get as low as you want as long as you don't look at the floor.
Trying to explain to them we're going to follow the rules, boys. Good luck.
Good boxing skills here. Now Chavez, you see Chavez is trying to switch it up and he's trying to act like he's boxing, but he's only doing that to try to get Whitaker to come forward. Pernell is not falling for it. He's staying at a distance. And that's what happens when you stay at a distance with him. Chavez realizes that that game plan is, that plan B is not going to work and has to go back to what his strength is.
One thing you mentioned about Chavez, he's not been able to throw many combinations. They've been singular punches.
Chavez, oh no, he's going back to it. See, Chavez, again, he's acting like he's boxing, but he really doesn't want to box. He's only doing this to try to get Whitaker to commit a little bit more. Whitaker not falling for it. He's key. He's staying at a distance, only throwing straight punches. And again, Whitaker is throwing these punches not to start it. He's throwing these punches to get you to throw back so he can counter off what you're doing. Nice punches. Whitaker is using his punches to help him get away. He's using his punches to help him create space.
Very low. Part of the reason is he wants that left hook of Chavez to go over his head. Superb boxing in this round by Pernell Whitaker. Excellent round.
Great boxing feel. See that display there, that little matador move?
Look at Chavez right in front of Whitaker.
That's all good footwork and sharp turns. Back to the center of the ring. You control. If you're the fighter with good footwork, if you're in the center of the ring, you can control the movement more.
Landing the right hands, but little else from Chavez. Another very good round for Pernell Whitaker.
Good. 17 minutes and 30 seconds into the video. Going into the 5th round. 17 minutes and 40 seconds. Chavez wasting no time. Throwing a quick 4 punches. Not sure if they landed, but he threw them. Look at Chavez again, inching forward, trying to cut him off.
His left foot outside the right foot of Whitaker. That's where he wants to be so they can throw the hook.
And Chavez is not, it's not that he's not trying to. He's doing his best to try to cut him off. It's just that superior footwork and boxing skills by Whitaker. Now watch on the inside. Now Whitaker is going to start to do it back to Chavez. When you're on the inside, he'll hold with one arm and punch with the other one. Again, if your opponent is being dirty with you and the referee's not doing nothing about it, do it right back. Nice step back, nice step to the side. Nice slipping. Again, Pernell Whitaker mixing up his defense too. He's either he'll one time he'll block with his hands. Nice, look at the inside fighting here.
Chavez. He got one or two in, but couldn't keep it up.
Whoever has the lower center of gravity is going to be able to push the other person back.
About what Pernell Whitaker is doing.
Doesn't matter if you guys are both. If you're even if you're the taller person, if you can squat your legs down, you'll be able to push the other person back because you have the lower center of gravity. So watch when they get on the inside.
Tied up, he wanted to give them a chance to
Whoever could push the other person back is usually the person that's lower.
So Whitaker's been very quick with that left hand.
Chavez cutting off the ring very good,
Chavez with a
but he's getting hit in the process. That's the problem.
right hand, but again, solo punches.
Because Chavez is doing the right things to cut him off.
Which is okay.
Again, you see what I mean? He's doing the right things to cut him off. He's just getting hit in the process,
One weapon against
and then can't equal the output that he's getting hit with.
the jab by Whitaker. So the great beginning of this round by Chavez has eroded a little bit. It might still be enough to win him the round, but
Nice fighting on the inside.
share of shots.
Again, see, Whitaker can fight on the inside if he wants to. You got to sit down for them body shots. You notice when they throw to the body, they're not standing up. The legs are squatting.
Even got the glove up to partially block that right hook.
Nice 1-1-2 from Whitaker there. 30 seconds left in this round. 20 minutes and 10 seconds into the video.
Tape hanging from Chavez's glove.
See, when they fight on the inside, this is the only chance that Chavez has.
And there's the timeout. Now we're going to repair.
Quick break to fix the tape on the Chavez's glove.
Problem in boxing, one that they're trying to deal with. The body work of Chavez in this round.
Gives a second for each fighter to catch their breath.
Because
Only 10 seconds left in the round,
the
though.
question is, will that body work be enough in the judges' minds to get in this round?
You got to be incredible, and that's the other thing too. You have to be in incredible shape to be able to move backwards the whole time. It's just like the difference between running a mile forward and running a mile backwards. Good exchange to finish off the round here.
Round number 6, it's still neither
21 minutes and 5 seconds into the video.
almost all the rounds have been very close.
Chavez again starting off the rounds fast, coming forward, landing a few punches.
The least bit lopsided was the third round, which we weren't able to. Yeah, Whitaker very strong in that.
Pernell very slick with his slipping,
And landing the jab.
making Chavez miss by inches, millimeters.
1 point.
Again, that comes with timing and reaction time. The confidence to let someone throw it and then move your head and make the miss just by millimeters.
A lot of people wondered if he could deal with the power
And then to counterpunch off of that.
pressure. So far, he is dealing with those very well.
Again, we're going into the 6th round here.
Has been such an important weapon.
Pernell has been backing up the whole time, but Chavez has not been able to trap him against the ropes. Yes, you saw that good footwork right there. That's what I'm talking about, man.
His right and Chavez.
Bring that back. Hold on. We got to rewind that back. Rewind that back to 21 minutes and 40 seconds. 21 minutes and 40 seconds. Let me cue it up myself here. 21 minutes and 40 seconds. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Let's go. It's going to happen in a few seconds here.
Very well.
Nice jab, nice jab, nice jab. Chavez landed a good right hand there.
Has been able to get in from time.
Boom, that footwork right there. That sharp turn.
Moves to his right and
It looks simple, but very hard to do, especially during competition. One thing to display fancy footwork when you're practicing. See how Pernell's holding on to him now?
inside the subtle little moves like Whitaker.
Again, don't complain about it. Just do it right back.
He's forcing
Notice how Pernell is switching up his defense. He's not doing the same thing all the time.
position to throw that punch.
One time he'll use his hands to block. The next time he'll use his head movement slipping. And of course, the footwork is always there. The lateral footwork.
I've been trying to see there's Whitaker
Chavez swinging that air.
and then coming back. And he was just inside enough that Chavez couldn't crank that right hand.
And that's the discouraging thing
From Whitaker,
when you're doing
it's almost
what you came to do. When you're trying to implement your game plan,
going to his right.
but your opponent is beating you at the game plan that you tried to do.
That was very nice.
Low blow by Whitaker. It didn't look like it was intentional. Whitaker's not known to be a dirty fighter, so I would believe him that it was just an accident.
That straight left hand to the body was straight very low. Obviously, painful to Julio Cesar Chavez.
Some fighters get affected more than others. Whenever that situation, my coach always told me, whenever that situation happens, if you hit somebody low by accident and the referee gives them time, as soon as the fight starts again, punch them to the body, because they'll be protected. They'll be worried that you're gonna go low again, and if they're worried about if their mind is on their body, fake to the body and come right up top, and it's good night. All right, fight back on. 1 minute left in the 6th round here. 23 minutes and 54 seconds.
That might have been a legal body shot.
Whitaker's argument, it looked low.
Jabs, jabs, jabs. Again, Whitaker throwing his jab not to start it, but to make you start.
Punches at least partially.
There he goes. Whitaker touched the rope for about 0.5 of a second and spun right off of it.
Whitaker spinning him around and then coming back with his own combination. Chavez looks very intense, a little mad by what
Chavez getting hit very minimally,
he's going after.
seldomly, rarely. Again, Chavez is trying to do what he did before, trying to act like he's boxing to try to get Whitaker to come forward, but Whitaker is not falling for it.
Lock up in this fight.
Just staying at a distance.
Extremely close round. End of 6, you picking so far.
Here's where Pernell Whitaker threw a
We are at 24 minutes
a little
and 45 seconds
Joe Cortez.
of the video.
And Chavez took some
24 minutes and 50 seconds going into the 7th round now.
That one was close, maybe borderline.
Some people ask, whether your feet should be close or wide. That all depends on the individual. Some people have longer legs, some people have shorter legs. So there's no right answer to that. I bring that up because Whitaker looks like he has his legs a little bit wider, but it's working for him because he's maintaining good distance. As you can see, he's barely getting hit, rarely getting hit. Chavez trying to trip Whitaker up. Chavez trying to use his left foot. If you look down, look, Chavez is trying to keep his left foot on the outside of Whitaker's right foot. And the purpose of that is that will line up his right hand perfectly with Whitaker's chin. But again, he's implementing his game plan, but it's working against him. That's where this boxing messes with you mentally. Nice uppercut. Now look how comfortable Whitaker is on the inside here. Again, you don't have to be on the inside, but you should be comfortable in all aspects of the fight, coming forward, backwards, and on the inside.
Whitaker, of course, already at the welterweight champion, as you say, at that limit.
Good, good, good. The other thing too that he's doing, Whitaker will stand there for a second, as far as the 2-second rule that I talked about. He'll stand there and make it look like he's gonna stand there and trade with you, and just as you see, just senses you coming forward, he'll pop a jab or do a quick step to make you have to reset. Chavez sometimes he's not even staying in his boxing stance, he's just charging forward. Again, look how Chavez is trying to hold on with his left hand there. Referee finally caught him.
There's Chavez hitting on the break, which Whitaker was warned about earlier. It's been a clinic in questionable tactics.
The one punch that has been landing consistent for Chavez is the right hand, but it has not been clean. He's basically like grazing it.
Frustrating Chavez. He's a pest. He's always got his hands different places. He's moving back. He's moving
Nice long 1-1-2.
in on occasion. He just
Again, it's frustrating. It's not like these punches. Chavez is not getting beat up. He's just simply getting outboxed. He's just simply getting outboxed. At no point in time has he looked like he's been wobbly or looked like the referee should give him an 8 count to take a look at him. He's just straight up getting outboxed.
another excellent round for Pernell Whitaker. Chavez gonna have to get. Moving back.
And we are at 27th minute and 50th second of the video, going into round 8 right now. In my opinion, Pernell Whitaker is clearly in charge of this fight. Now that right there, oh, we gotta rewind that. That's a little teaching on the inside. Okay, rewind this to 27 minutes and 54 seconds. 27 minutes and 53 seconds to be exact. What I want you to notice is how Chavez is coming forward. Pernell's backing up. One way to stop a person in their tracks is to literally just run right into them, but smother them again in a smart way in your boxing stance, not just standing there and literally just walking forward and just bumping into someone. Stay in your boxing stance and kind of take a half step into them, and you'll see it. It's hard for me to explain. Just watch. Right now, watch what Whitaker is going to do. He's going to back up and then stop and then smother Chavez. Because what that does is that, you know, if I'm smothering you, you can't throw anything. So I'm going to do my punches and smother you. Ready? We're going to start this in 27 minutes, 53rd second. 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Watch now. Watch this. Watch this. Boom. Right there. Chavez can't throw any punches. I throw my punches, and I'll do it again right here. Boom, boom. Couple of punches. Boom, boom. And now I'm going to get to my distance. Oh, no, I'm still staying on the inside. Referee had to break us up. Again, Whitaker's showing that he can fight in the inside.
Good body work by Chavez there, and he needs a lot more of it. See, it's Chavez who's doing a lot of holding on the inside. That's something that I think as you look at that, it's got to be...
So anytime they clinch, look at Chavez. See his left arm? See how Chavez is trying to hold him? That's his only chance of keeping Whitaker in one spot. That's what I mean. Whitaker is beating him on the inside. This is where Chavez is supposed to shine, and Whitaker is beating him at his own game, in my opinion.
And the question, though, is can he stay in there and not get nailed with something really big? But he can do that as long as Chavez doesn't throw those lethal left hooks, and he's not throwing that punch. He's not getting leverage behind it. He's not even throwing it.
Again, Whitaker touched the ropes there, but that was on his own, not because Chavez is making him go there. The random head movement. Pay attention. Like, Whitaker is not just making him miss. He's making him miss, like, perfectly. This is what you call accurate defense by Whitaker. Accuracy with your defense. When you're making a person barely miss. Look at that slipping right there. Slip, slip. Keeping that opposite hand up.
There's the double left hook from Chavez, but nothing on that punch.
Stand your ground. Stay strong. If someone is, again, right now, both of them have their legs. See how both of them are bending their legs? That's what nice counter punching right there from different angles. Look at the different angles that Whitaker is landing these punches from. Different angles. All these punches are coming from different angles. Speed, accuracy. Now this is where it really messes with you mentally if you're Chavez, the person that's known for coming forward. Because now you're really getting beat at your own game. Now look at Chavez. He's not even, not that he gave up, but he's literally walking forward. He's not even staying in his own boxing stance. This is uncharacteristic of Chavez. He's still showing heart. He's still trying. He hasn't given up. But the body language is showing that he is a little bit frustrated. And we were at the 30th minute and 52nd second going into round 9. 30th minute, 57, 58, 59, and 40th minute of the video. Pop, pop, pop. Either move or move your head is what Whitaker is doing. Move or move your head. Pop a jab. Perfect counter punching by Whitaker. Look at him on the inside. Chavez is the one. Oh no, they're both kind of holding each other. It's a fight, man. Chavez, again, still trying to cut off the ring. Just getting hit with 2 or 3 punches in the process, especially that jab. Look at the sharp turns by Whitaker. Look at the sharp turns. Pop, pop, random head movement, quick sharp turn so his head doesn't touch the ropes or back doesn't touch the ropes. Jab, jab, jab. Random head movement, sharp turn. Punches from different angles. Whitaker's punch output is not a lot either, but because it's the speed, accuracy, and the different angles that they're coming from, that's making Chavez have a difficult time blocking all of them. Minute 30 here in the 9th round. Whitaker still popping that jab out there, waiting for Chavez to counterpunch, daring him to counterpunch. Chavez looking to land a big right hand, but in the process of looking for it, he's getting hit himself. If I was Chavez, I'd try to move a little bit more laterally as opposed to forward. Keep moving laterally to try to make your opponent get tired from moving. Because right now, again, this is credit to Pernell Whitaker of how great his boxing footwork is. But because Chavez is just falling around so much, it's just making it worse for Chavez. Jab, jab. Pop a jab. Nice counter punch, left hook by Whitaker. Another counter hook. And it's easy for Pernell to land these counter punches because that's what he's waiting for. He's throwing his jab out there to get you to throw back. He's any of the single punches that he's throwing is a counter punch waiting to happen. Slip, combination, punch, move your head. Some type of defensive move after. 33 minutes, 56, 57, 58, 59, 34th minute of the video going into the 10th round. Going into the 10th, we are in the 10th round right now. Again, it might seem kind of weird that Chavez can't cut him off because it didn't even seem, again, because Whitaker is not running. He at no point, I don't think at any point in time was he on his toes. Nice slips right there. You saw that slip? We gotta bring that back. 34 minutes and 23 seconds. Bring it back to there. 34 minutes and 25 seconds. And it's gonna happen in a couple of seconds here. Watch the slip. Chavez is gonna throw some straight punches. Watch how slick Pernell Whitaker does the slip and then gets out of the way. Coming up right now. Boom, right there. Make it miss and get out the way. Again, watch when they get into a clinch. Whoever the person is backing up is usually the person that's higher. Whoever's able to push their opponent back, they're usually the lower person because you got the lower center of gravity. Nice straight punches. See what I mean? Chavez is doing what he needs to do, but he's just eating 2 or 3 punches to do it. Now, see how Whitaker's pushing him back? Because he was lower. He used his legs more. Another sharp turn. Whitaker throwing single punches with the defensive mime in hand. Always expect a punch coming back, even if you're winning the fight. That's exactly what Whitaker is doing right now. He's throwing single punches, just waiting for something to come back, because he's already waiting for it. Chavez looking for the referee to help him. Jab and move, jab and move, jab and move by Whitaker. Jab and box. Again, look at him walking in his boxing stance, staying balanced with sharp turns. People, like, he's making it look easy. People don't realize how hard that is to do what he's doing. Yeah, you use different muscles going backwards. If you don't believe me, try running a mile forward and then try running it backwards. 30 seconds left here in the 10th round. In my opinion, Whitaker is clearly in charge with his boxing skills. Again, I specifically chose this fight for History Fight Study because I want people to study how great you can still how you can still win a fight going backwards. Pernell sitting down on his punches a little bit more. You know, when I say sit down, I just mean he bends his legs a little bit more to make him count. 36, exactly 37 minutes into the video, going into round 11 right now. You notice how Whitaker is backing up. He's not running halfway across the ring. He's just stepping back to where he can still hit you. And you have to eat punches to come forward to hit him. Now Chavez is against the ropes where he doesn't want to be. Sometimes sometimes when an orthodox fighter is fighting a southpaw, their feet will tangle up. Sometimes you get some accidental headbutts. Hasn't happened because Whitaker is nowhere near Chavez unless he wants to be. That's what I mean. That's what you call ring generalship. You control where the fight happens. Now Whitaker's holding on himself for a little bit just to show Chavez, I'm not afraid of your dirty tactics. I can do it too. Even, yeah, exactly. Even on the inside, Whitaker's like, yeah, all right, I'll stay here. Referee broke them up because Chavez was holding on again to try to punch. Watch. Who's gonna use their hand? Minute 20 seconds here left in the 11th round. The skills displayed, the boxing skills. The angles, single punch. You notice Whitaker always has some type of defensive move after everything he does. There's always some type of defensive move. 1 minute left. I just wish that for all the right hands that Chavez is throwing, I just wish that Pernell would counter with a little bit more power left hands. I think that would make the difference to really make him stick out in this fight.
And while he's doing all this, landing punches.
Chavez trying to hold on any chance he gets. Jab, jab, jab. Good head movement. Landing good stingle punches is Whitaker. End of round 11. We are at exactly the 40th minute of the video. Last round. I think Whitaker is clearly in charge. And here we go. Yeah, we'll fight dirty right off the bat. Get you back to the ropes. Whitaker's like, all right, let's do this. I think Whitaker just trying to put an exclamation mark on the work that he's done. Trying to show Chavez, I already beat you at your own game. Now I'm really going to beat you at your own game in this last round. Although not always the smartest game plan. I mean, you don't, you never want to, they say not to leave it in the hands of the judges. Of course, you want to finish every fight. But if you don't, you want to try to make it a clear decision for yourself.
I can't make a case for Whitaker losing any round 6-6. I mean, he's won these rounds very convincingly in my mind.
Whitaker still looking sharp with his defense. Does not look tired at all. Barely got hit. Oh, as I say that, he gets hit with a straight right hand there. Fighting on the inside. Look at Whitaker. See how Whitaker's lower? That's how he was able to push Chavez back. Whitaker going after it this last round. Again, he's trying to really show him, I already beat you this whole match with my boxing skills, and I'm going to try to fight you in this last round. But this would work in favor more for Chavez, so Pernell should be a little bit more cautious. Jab and move, jab and move. Whitaker just coasting it for the last minute now. Couple of combinations, but just staying sharp with his defense.
I don't really think either man has been hurt in this fight.
Neither fighter has been hurt during the match. Just Whitaker I just simply outboxed Chavez and frustrated him the whole night. Whitaker sensing the victory with 40 seconds left. Now he's really not going to take. He changed his mind from the beginning of the round. Last 30 seconds here. Just wants to make sure he feels confident that he won. So he's just going to play it safe. Chavez showing his frustrations by putting up his hands like that.
Chavez should be throwing punches on the inside so he can't hold on. An amazing performance by Pernell Whitaker.
Yeah, man, great boxing skills. Every southpaw boxer should study this match. Now, this match ended in a controversial draw. One judge gave it to Whitaker and the two other judges voted it a draw. I definitely don't see that. No rematch happened, but most of the 75,000 people in attendance that night and the millions of people watching know who won. Pernell Sweet Pea Whitaker, one of the greatest skilled boxers ever. Great defensive boxer. Yeah, there you have it. History fight study.
1, 2, 3, smack that thumb.